Kia ora folks, it's Kev Carter here from the beautiful Rakiura Stewart Island, third largest island in New Zealand's archipelago. We're right down the bottom end of the country, and yeah, we're pretty lucky to have a 22-acre bush block out here covered in native forest, working in conservation. So I'm a ranger with the national park, and yeah, raising a small family in this beautiful place. So I've got a wife and a young daughter. She goes to school at the end of this year. Pretty cool because there's a local school over here too, which means that kids can do their first 7 odd years of school before heading over to the mainland of New Zealand to do their high schooling. We've got a Labrador, we've got some chooks out the back, and yeah, it's a pretty beautiful place to live. The people are pretty into the outdoors, self-reliant, love their hunting and fishing, tramping, all those sorts of things. So we've slowly been getting better kitted out for all the adventures we want to have. We've got a little boat and we go fishing. I've just picked up a small firearm and looking to start learning the art of hunting as well, the sport I suppose you could call it. And but one of the things I'm really interested in is woodworking, and in particular wood turning, and it was something that sort of fell into by accident. It was a small gift I wanted to make for my wife, and needed to do some end grain hollowing, although I didn't even know what the term was at the time, and asked around to borrow a lathe, and there's an older lady down the road, and she said, "Oh, why don't you come around?" And she showed me this lathe that you can see behind me here. Old style, custom made lathe, doesn't have a brand or anything. And yeah, she said, "Oh, why don't you take it? Why don't you have it?" And so that essentially got me started, and been working on it for the past few months, probably 5 or 6 months or so, and been building up a tool set. As probably many of you could remember, you start out just turning between the centres, and then you realise that you want to do more than that. So eventually ended up getting myself a chuck and some jaws, and that expanded my horizons quite a bit. And yeah, slowly adding tools, different chisels to the repertoire as well. But yeah, pretty much everything you see in the little workshop down here is a slow work in progress, and it's just the underside of the house. It's only got a couple of walls. As you can see out this way, it's open to the outdoors, and the other side is saturated when it rains. So yeah, still a lot of work to do to get it to where I want to. Part of the floor is levelled out with some wood pallets and some old carpet to try and hold down the mud, which is always a problem on Rakiura. But yeah, it's a little place that I really enjoy spending time, picking up a new skill. Still got a really long way to go, but yeah, enjoying the learning process. So I guess YouTube's been pretty informative and educational for me. You know, never really had any interest when I was younger, and here on the island as well, you don't have very small population, so there's no sort of lessons or teaching opportunities to take advantage of. So yeah, a lot of it's been watching YouTube videos. In particular, really enjoy a lot of Mike Walt's videos. A chap from England, just got a nice way of describing things, and I've learnt a lot through trying to emulate what he shows in his beginner guides, and it's been pretty fun. There's also a bunch of other videos that have been really helpful. What not to do, explaining how catches work, things like that as well. So what I wanted to try and do with this channel is just, I guess, help encourage other people who might want to get into wood turning. Also, often you watch the videos of people that have been doing it for a long time, and they're really good at what they do, and it can be a little bit intimidating as well. and you look at what you've done and it's nothing like what the pros can achieve. So yeah, hopefully you know, some of my amateur efforts and progression, I guess, as time goes on, might be helpful for some people to see that, hey, look, when you do start out, things are pretty rough. Even just over the last few months, I look back at some of the first few pieces I made and I cringe. Horrible tool lines all over the place. Didn't really have the right tools to part things off, so that's where hacksaws came in, and yeah, so it's pretty rough, you know, but it's all part of the learning process, you know, and you get better, you see what wasn't so great and what you can improve on, and for me that's a big part of the enjoyment I get, you know, just trying to work towards that mastery. So yeah, for you guys getting into woodturning, have a look, see the journey that I've been on. Hopefully the videos will be useful. Ask questions, I'm happy to answer them if I can. Probably won't be able to answer very many of them, to be fair, but if I do know or have an idea, I'll be sure to let you know. Yeah, and then I'd be quite keen to showcase some of the woodturning that we're doing here on Rakiura as well. So anyway, that's me. Looking forward to building up the channel and seeing how many people are interested out there, and yeah, meeting all the kind interesting woodturning folk out there. Anyway, that's me, Kev Carter, Rakiura Woodturning, and we'll see you shortly.